Welcome to Green Machine Football on a sunny afternoon here in Geneseo. Semifinal style. Winner of this game moves on to next week down to Bloomington, down to Champaign and Memorial Stadium at a 7 o'clock date with the state championship trophy.
That used to be Bloomington. Champaign's the goal now.
There you go. Zepke Field and Memorial Stadium in Champaign. Where this game will take on the winner of the Rochester-Metamora game next weekend, next Friday evening at 7 o'clock.
Real quickly on that, they say Rochester's the real deal. They put the ball up. They score a lot of points. They got a quarterback going to Purdue, apparently already signed or committed, and I think a receiver the same. So, you know, that's quite a contest. Metamora, story traditions, but first things first.
First things first.
Got a beautiful day here.
Richmond Burton Rockets take on the Green Machine of Geneseo at a home game. Like I said, beautiful day here in Geneseo. Sun-drenched field. The field looks in excellent shape from the vantage point of being in the stands here. I don't know if it's wet or slippery or cut up out there, but it's nice and green for a late November football game here. Geneseo comes into the game with their 10-2 record, with wins over Plano in the playoffs along with Bishop Mack. And then last week versus Mendota. She lost it there. Who they played last week? Long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. We were a little fooled by the playing conditions last week. The field looked really nice, but you see the players really lost their footing on trying to make cuts. So hopefully we don't have that. This probably is good a condition as any field we've seen in a long time. So hopefully it's a good, fair ball game. Richmond Burton Rockets, a little deja vu here. They ended our season last year, and so the Green Machine feels they got a little payback time.
Little loss last year to RB Rockets in the quarterfinals last year. This time we'll set up and teed up at the semifinals. Nice crowd on hand here, and a long line still whittling down that far side. That corner press or the ticket booth over there is whittling down a little bit, and they're going to get everybody in here before the game starts.
It's a packed house here. They got people standing. The stands are pretty well full, and everybody's standing around the fence now. Here comes the Green Machine, going to go through the big hoop.
Coach Hecky and Johnson lead them through the hoop.
A lot of excitement here. The Richmond Burton traveled well. I don't know if they traveled quite as well as we did last week. We took a lot of green people to Mendota, but good to see a lot of people here. It's going to be a great ball game. This is one game deeper than Geneseo went last year, and it is as far as Richmond Burton went last year. They end up losing to Aurora Christian at this level last year. Did not make the state championship, but one of these teams gets to go to the big show next week.
One of these teams will be playing down there in Champaign next Saturday night, or next Friday night, Class 4A.
Officials out in the middle are talking things over. Hope they've got their act together because we'd like to have a nice, clean, officiated game. Maple Leafs appeared to probably won the toss. Either way, they are kicking the ball. Looks like they might have deferred, but Richmond Burton will start out with the ball. Maple Leafs will have the win in the first quarter here. So getting a lot of build-up, a lot of work went into this to get this far.
Yes, it did.
And now it's coming down to a few precious seconds, and the game's going to start.
Lemke will have it teed up here at his 40-yard line. He will have, as he said, a breeze at his back, is able to kick from the south to the north here to open up this home semifinal football game. Geneseo in their green jerseys, yellow pants, yellow helmets with a G in the side, and black shoes.
I've had the opportunity to see Richmond Burton this year. Went up to Richmond Burton on the week that we got a forfeit from Ottawa, so we had a night off, and an outstanding football team. They come at you in a lot of ways. They look a lot like Geneseo. They'll just try to beat you on the ground. They've got a couple 1,000-yard rushers this year, and they try to pound you, and then when you think they're going to pound you, they throw it in the air, and they got a nice thrower go right over the top of you. So got a big challenge for the Green Machine.
That's what you expect here in a semifinal game. Each team has to play their best. One slip up, maybe the difference of a chance to play for that coveted Class 4A trophy next week. Return man stands down inside his 10-yard line. Lemke has it teed up.
The Leafs have got by with a little bit of first quarter gamesmanship, you might call it, this year, and not showing their best in the first quarter, trying to see what works, and they've got by with that. This is a team you don't want to let get too far ahead of you.
Lemke has it teed up, as he does have a nice breeze at his back. He's going to kick the ball deep this time. Kind of a knuckle ball is going to land down near the goal line, rolls into the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 20-yard line, and Geneseo's defense will come on the field first.
Richmond Burton gets the ball at the 20-yard line. They're high-powered offense. They've been scoring about 40 points a game. They really do. For a ball control offense, they put a lot of points on the board. but they when they do put it in the air, it seems like I think the game I saw, they put it in the air about 5 times, and 3 of them for touchdown. And then last week, I think the same thing happened. They had two touchdowns via the air. So expect them to see it on the ground right here.
1st and 10 RB from their own 20-yard line. Geneseo comes down with 3 down linemen, 2 stand-up ends. Going to go right up the middle to start the game off. Fights for more yards. The running back moves the ball out 5 yards. He makes initial contact at about 2 yards gain, and then fights his way for 5 right up the middle. The middle for the defense. That's Ryan Patterson, number 54. He's flanked up front by number 68, Cole Riley. And the right side, Alex Anderson, number 59. The ends are Cathcart, number 31, along with Fears, number 85. Linebackers, Kotecki, along with Snodgrass, 34 and 51.
That was Ken Reardon on that first carry, and he is a horse we got to watch for.
2nd and 10 from the 25-yard line of RB. Just underway. Geneseo's going to jump off sides. They drew him off sides. It looks like Patterson and Anderson both jumped at the same time. It'll be close to a first down as they mark off 5 against the Maple Leafs.
Anxieties of early in the game. Everybody's keyed up. You got to watch that ball, wait for the ball. Don't go on voice inflections. Speaking of Alex Anderson, outstanding ball game last week. Started the ball game in the defensive tackle spot. I just thought he played an outstanding game. Rewarded with another start this week. And we missed that call last week that he made that block punt to turn the game around. 1st and 10
from the 31-yard line. Get a second man through on the carry, 23. Looks to break it outside, gets 5 yards, maybe 4 yards on the carry. Brought down over there by, looks like Kotecki was in the tackle.
Walter's in the bottom of the pile. They just don't go down on that first hit. Probably 3 guys hit him before he'd succumb to that tackle. Just very powerful leg drive.
Quarterback for RB, Adam Pitchner, 6'1", 195. Call it 2nd and 5 for RB at their own 35-yard line. 2 backs in the backfield, going to try to get it outside. He cuts back, gets the grain, goes 22. Kroger comes up to make the tackle, short of the first down. On the carry that time was 22. Russell for RB.
Russell also an outstanding back, piled up a lot of yards for him this year. They come at you from a lot of different directions. You just can't key on one particular player. So once again, the Green Machine going to have to make the adjustments, read the plays. You have to go on the read because you can just, if you try to key on one guy, they're going to burn you another way. Well-balanced attack.
As you said, three running backs over 1,000 yards this year in their backfield. They go on a wing back right side, 2 backs to the backfield. Going to go quarterback sneak. Stays on his feet, picks up almost 5 yards on the quarterback sneak right at the middle. We shut our linebackers and guessed wrong, and Pittsner picks up the first down and moves the ball out to the 46-yard line.
They probably will use the philosophy of running until you stop them, just guessing. But you just never know where they're going to put that ball up. And Pitzer has 12 touchdowns through the air this year, so that's nothing to overlook.
47-yard line, 1st and 10.
Big line comes up front for RB as they get the Geneseo Maple Leafs at the 46-yard line. 1st and 10, RB. Going to get the ball up the gut once again. On the carry that time. Out of the running back position, number 32, Reardon on the carry.
Nice play, Johnson in there. Johnson came up with the ball, but he was not going to be awarded the fumble just because he came out of the bottom of the pile. But the linebacking crew, big time on that. Walter's coming up from the secondary quickly. Once again, when their coaching staff spots, if we start coming up too soon, they're going to put that ball over our head. So tough play here. Got to stop them on the ground first.
Reardon on the carry, last carry, 6'1", 200 pounds from that fullback position. Called 2nd and 8 on the 48-yard line. Going to get the ball up the middle. 22 with the carry. That time, number 32 with the carry, I believe.
Yep.
Stop short of the first down. They're going to move them forward progress inside Geneseo territory to about the 46-yard line. Brings up 3rd and 3 for RB. Geneseo stand up for the...
Alex Anderson slips out of the game. Cothran checks in. They're going to check Cothran in. Patterson started to come out. We got a little confusion, but he's back in the game. So we got Patterson, Cothran, and Reiling on the interior. Fears and Cathcart on the exterior. That big line.
3rd and long, too.
Here.
Going to get up the middle.
Leg
Going to get the first down.
Oh, my goodness. They had him.
Had him stopped at the line of scrimmage. He fell forward, number 22 on the carry. Russell. And he picks up the first down just by about a length of a football. Then he moves the sticks. Ball sits at the 30 or 43-yard line of the Maple Leafs.
The initial hit was 2 yards short of a first down, and that leg drive just kept on driving through. But Maple Leafs, once again, You know, they've got a tradition of bending a little bit and hopefully not breaking here in the first quarter.
Not seeing anything different than what they see at practice with that wing T offense. 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line of Geneseo. Going to try to get outside this time. Going to cut it back against the Graydon Fears on the tackle after a pickup of about 3 at the 40-yard line.
Richmond Burton coaching staff is well stocked from the Quad City area.
Yes.
Philosophies. Head coach Pat Elder coached at Sherrard, played at Alexis, and he brought along Tad DePorter, who played out there at Sherrard and also coached at Sherrard. These guys came from Sherrard. So Tad DePorter, also a defensive coordinator. So they know Geneseo well. They know exactly what we're about, and they know the philosophies here.
Ball sits just inside the 40-yard line of Geneseo. No score on the board. Get the ball up the middle. Reardon with the carry. Number 32 going to break it outside. Pick up the first down. He's still on his feet. Krogerson one man to beat. He's going to go for close to the goal line and going to score. Touchdown. No, he just stepped out of bounds. Stepped out of bounds at the 14-yard line. That time on the carry was Reardon inside and broke it outside.
But if you can't bring him, he's pushing him out of bounds. So they got him back, not quite in the red zone. It's a 25-yard run. Spotted at the 24-yard line. Maple Leafs
15-yard line. Yep, 15-yard line.
15-yard line.
Yep.
My bad. That one down there looks like a 2. I'm sorry.
1st and 10 for the Rockets.
1st and 10 from the 15-yard line for RB.
About the 14 actually. So got to stiffen up. They are in the red zone. This is where they got to get tough.
Tight formation, wing back left side for RB. Quick drive right up the middle of the field. Right up the middle of the field. He gets it down close to the 10-yard line. Pretty good size hole that time as Geneseo's defense has to match up there and
just does
stop that quick drive play.
Just does cross the 10, so it's going to be about 2nd and 6. Maple Leafs again down inside the 10-yard line. Need a stop, need a big stop. This is where the line's got to toughen up. I really would not expect them to put this ball in the air right here. I expect to stay on the ground. So they're going to have to key on that. You're going to have to do a little bit of gambling here. Shoot it hard.
And he did. Reardon going to be brought down for a loss of about 3 on the play. On the tackle on the bottom is Fears, it looks like.
And Cothran had a hold of him, wrestling him down. Fears met him head on. What an outstanding play right at the time when they need it the most. It's going to be 3rd and 9, a loss of 4.
Now Geneseo fans come to their feet once again here. Just underway here. 6 minutes left in this first quarter. No score on the board. Richmond Burton on the move. Ball's inside the 15-yard line. Let's call it the 14-yard line. 3rd and 9. Double wing. They go inside counter play. A big hole in front of him. Number 23 with the carry. Stops short of the first down. Kotecki in the tackle along with Walters. Inside the 10 at about the 9. It'll bring up a 4th down.
About 3 yards to go. It's a tough decision for Pat Elder.
Might be even more than that. Almost a 4th and 4 situation for
They're going to go for it. They're going to go for it.
Oh, this is the big one right here.
They are not going to look at a field goal opportunity here. They're going to try to go for first down. Now 4th and 4.
Now it's getting loud on this near sideline. Going towards the south end zone is Richmond Burton. 4th and 4 from the 8-yard line. Timeout's going to be called by Richmond Burton.
Maybe wanted to see what defense they're going to line up in. Maybe changed his mind. Doesn't appear that he's changed his mind to go with the field goal unit, though.
The only people leaving the sidelines right now are the girls with the water bottles.
Give Coach Mackey a little opportunity to go out there and make sure they understand what they got to do defensively here.
So the situation is 4th and 4. Ball's on the 8-yard line. They need to get just inside the 5 to get that first down.
5 minutes left to go here in the first quarter here, and it's 0-0 ball game. Richmond Burton on the first possession has chewed up a lot of clock, threatening right here, but Maple Leafs threaten to stop him on downs. What a key play in the ball game already.
Right. Already, as I was thinking the same thing. And this early in the game to have a big play such as this.
Leafs.
They're all up on their feet now on this near sideline. 4th and 4 from the 8-yard line. Going to go outside, picks up the first down. Just
by about a yard.
Yep, by about a yard. I believe it was Reardon on the carry.
Unfortunately, we just got beat. We just got beat up front on that thing because he was just too big of a hole. Some of these opportunities where we've hit them and they just leg drive. That one there was just too big of a hole.
Yep.
And great opportunity for them.
He's running full speed as soon as he gets that ball. He's full throttle, going forward, shoulders forward, running downhill. First and goal from the 4 for RB.
Now you find out what you got in there.
Big tackle that time. Johnson may have almost took the ball out of there. Drops it, loss of 5 on the play. Johnson shoots a gap. Just about wrestles that ball out of there. They're going to give forward progress up close to 6, even though we brought him down close to the 10-yard line.
Give Coach Mackey credit on that call because, when you get down there on the 3-yard line, first and goal on the 3, you got to gamble just a little bit. He gambled exactly right to the hole he wanted to. Johnson shot the hole, got the running back before he had any opportunity to move. Gives him a little bit of breathing room, but 2nd and 6.
No score on the board, 4 minutes left in this first quarter. 2nd and goal from the 6. Looking to get outside again. They cut back against the grain. Number 22 with the carry. Going to be close to the goal line. Fighting for the ball. The ball was fumbled. Ball was fumbled right at the goal line. If it's recovered by RB, it's going to be a touchdown, it looks like to me.
The Richmond Burton players are holding their hands up like they want it to be a touchdown.
Call a touchdown.
And it is.
Ball was fumbled right at the goal line, just before the goal line. It rolled in the end zone. RB fell on it. Geneseo had a chance at it also, it looked like.
Geneseo players are pleading their case, but to no avail.
So RB.
Where'd they get that horn?
I don't know. Where's it at even?
I know they have that at home. I didn't know they brought it with them.
They'll go to kick this extra point, will Richmond Burton. Every extra point counts here. We've seen that happen. That kick's going to be up and good to make the score 7-0 here with 3:46 left in this first quarter of this semifinal game here from Geneseo.
Every once in a while you tip your hat to the opponent. They just had an outstanding drive. The line did what they had to do. The running backs had tremendous leg drive. They just kept driving and driving and driving. I also want to tip my hat to the fans out there. That train horn is classy. You can't come into somebody else's stadium with that kind of noise very often.
Not very often.
So Maple Leafs going to receive the football with 3 minutes and 46 seconds left to go here in the first quarter, and then it's about time to retaliate.
Right, about time to kick it in gear here. Defense did a nice job. Didn't give anything up easy there. They had to work all the way down the field to get that touchdown. But they put 6 on the board, an extra point for 7.
Made a couple very nice plays down there in the red zone.
Big plays.
Looked like they could have been game turners for the Maple Leafs, but then Richmond Burton fought back and broke through. So, there's going to be some scoring in this game.
Yep.
You just don't know how much. Hopefully Maple Leafs come back and get right back in it.
Back deep goes Lemke, stands at his own 3-yard line. Richmond Burton will be kicking into a little bit of a breeze. A nice kicks and a drive. Lemke right at the 5. He's going to field it at the 5-yard line. Going to bring the ball to the right side, looking for a seam out in front of me. Lemke out over the 25 down to the 26-yard line goes Lemke on the return. Geneseo's offense comes on the field for the first time with 3:39 left here in the first quarter.
Not bad field position for the Leafs. We got a little bit away from the end zone, 27-yard line. Maple Leafs now got to, the line's got to just decide that they're going to take charge up in front, get some holes up there, hit them hard.
Urbino brings them up the line of scrimmage, flanked by Lawson. At one guard, near side looks like a Cothran with the left guard position. Nothing going that time. They hand the ball to Johnson, no gain on the play for the Leafs.
They've got some tough characters on the inside of that defensive line over there. I believe that was number 52, the nose guard, Nicholas Dittmar. Put a stop on him there.
At the tackle position will go near side or left side will be Anthony Rome. Tommy Reese, number 75 on the right side. Break the huddles. Fears will tight this left side. Right side will be Krogert. One wing. Right side is Akers. He comes back in motion. You get the ball second man through Akers with the carry over the 30 to the 33-yard line.
On both these first plays, John, there's been a hole there.
Yep.
One man stopping the play.
That was a nice pickup that time by Akers.
We start keying on what we can do with that opening. Make adjustments better than they make adjustments. Those holes are going to open up. 3rd and a long 4.
7-0. RB on top of the Leafs. Still here with 2:30 left in the first quarter. Wing back left side. Now Lemke goes in motion. Number 41. Then goes sweep play. Going to look to cut it back against Grain. Lemke still in the carry. Gets it up over the 35, it looks like, to the 36. It'll be a 4th down for the Leafs in about a yard, maybe 2. And Lemke's, somebody's getting up slow over there. It looks like Matt Lloyd, number 80. The senior, 6'1", 200, limps off the field under his own power. Okay, twisted ankles, something there as he's trying to shake it off. We will go into punt formation. 4th and 2 would be the call from our own 36-yard line.
Coach Belichick is going to go for it on this one, but no, not this early.
Yeah. Nice kick by Fisher. Going to drive the return man back to the 20-yard line. Going to go against the far sideline. Met over there and brought down. Nice tackle by number 81 for the Leafs. That would be Levi Schilling on the tackle. They had a nice wall lined up right over in front of the far side bench, or the Richmond Burton bench, but Schilling got on the outside of the wall and made the nice tackle, did number 81.
Nice high punt, good coverage, but the Richmond Burton Rockets do start out at the 32.5, 33-yard line.
139.
Pretty good field position to start from.
139 left here in the first quarter. Geneseo's down by the score 7-0. Richmond Burton on their second possession. In a tight formation. There's a ball up the middle. Number 32, Reardon on the carry. He's going to break free. Still on his feet. Picks up the first down. Moves the ball out to the 45-yard line.
Broke a couple tackles. Thought he was going to break that tackle on Kroger. But the running back upset with himself that he couldn't get free. That's how determined he was. But Kroger made a nice tackle. Wrapped him up pretty good. But once again, first down in pretty good field position now at 45-yard line for the Rockets. Green Machine probably don't want to give quite so much ground here before they have to try to stiffen up. Did a nice job back in the red zone last possession, but need to stiffen up right here.
1st and 10, misdirection in the backfield. 23 on the carry. He's going to be stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss of a yard on the play. 23 on the carry. O'Kane on the tackle. Kotecki gets off the pile along with Alex Anderson.
You get a feel like a time like this is when something good might happen for the Maple Leafs. Maybe a turnover. It just on that broken play right there, you just hope maybe there's a loose ball, fumble, something to turn it around.
Loss of 2 on the play.
Maple Leafs have kind of had a history this year of finding ways to win. I've heard people call it lucky, but I firmly believe that the harder you work, the luckier you get.
Exactly right.
You just work hard and dig in, and good things will happen.
2nd and 12, we'll call it. Going to give the ball to Reardon up the middle once again. Fears wrestling him down. Fears takes him down after a gain of about 2 on the play. Little dancing action there, but he brings him down.
It did.
I think he was trying to bring that ball out with him.
It looked like they were going to prom out there.
Yep.
They did about 3 do-si-dos, and then finally Akers come up and helped him out a little bit. So winding down the clock here on the first quarter. Maple Leafs down 7-0, but are in decent position to get a stop here if they can hold them on 3rd and 8.
So that'll do it for the first quarter of play here in the semifinal game, Class 4A. At the end of one quarter here at Geneseo, it's Richmond Burton 7, Maple Leafs 0. We'll be back after this.
This TV50 telecast is sponsored in part by B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, On Guard Security, Central Bank, Chicago Street Decorating Center, Vandemore Funeral Homes, Eric Henderson and Greg Anderson of Country Financial, Geneseo Dairy Queen, Stackhouse Ford, Farmers National Bank, Geneseo Telephone Company, Holland & Sons, Hammond Henry Hospital, Hazelwood Homes, IDC Technology Solutions, Geneseo Good Samaritan Village, Northside Rexall Drug. ProTech Auto Body. Turpins of Geneseo. Please patronize these fine businesses and let them know you appreciate their support of this TV50 telecast.
Welcome back as we get ready to start this second quarter of action here from Geneseo on a beautiful day for football. This late in November, winner of this game goes to Champaign next week to play for all the marbles. One game at a time though. Geneseo is down by the score 7-0 here with 12 minutes on the clock to start this second quarter.
Last year's game went 0-0 into the halftime. Richmond Burton came out and took control in the second half. It's obviously not going to take that role this year, but Geneseo, traditionally a second half team this year.
Counter play inside, number 22 with the carry. He's going to get the first down. He's still in this. He's going to be brought down from the backside. And the ball is fumbled on the play. Nope, it was dead on the ground. Tackle from the backside on a counter play. Cathcart chased him down for the first down.
Good thing they held him up just a while because he had open field, didn't get the head of steam, and Cathcart caught him from behind. But once again, they had 3rd and 8, a great opportunity for the Leafs to get a stop. And they just came through. Now that counter is not something they've never seen before.
Right.
That's something that they see every day in practice, and they just executed it to perfection.
So it's 1st and 10 at the Geneseo 36-yard line. Richmond Burton with the ball, wing back left side. Two backs in the backfield. Going to pass the ball this time. Looking to throw the ball downfield, gets some pressure, gets the ball down. The man nearly enters into the end zone, touchdown. He drops the ball, incomplete. He was wide open.
He had 3 yards. He had 3 yards on the Geneseo defense, wide open, ball in his hands, perfectly thrown ball, and he dropped it.
I thought he had the ball quite a while there. We couldn't see it from this angle, but looks like he ran a couple strides with the ball before the ball, you see it roll around the ground. So a big play there for Geneseo, as I thought we had him protected pretty good. Short patterns we did anyway. Deep patterns, Kroger was on the coverage there.
Once again, though, anybody who has watched Richmond Burton this year has said they are so effective on that. Run, beat on you, and then throw it over your head, and it's been successful. We were very fortunate this time.
2nd and 10, going to take Reardon up the middle, number 32. He's a horse up the middle, still on his feet. He's still on his feet inside the 20, and he's finally brought down at about the 18-yard line. Goes Reardon.
Going to have some reinforcements defensively here. Cawthron and Rome check in. Johnson check in. So basically you got some players who you're trying to spell because they play offense, are trying to spell them defensively. They're going to put big Mr. Rome in there, Mr. Cawthron, and Jason Johnson in the linebacker spot, trying to stiffen this defense up a little bit here because right now Richmond Burton is having their way.
10:54 left in the first half. Geneseo is down by the score 7-0. Richmond Burton inside the 20. 1st and 10. Gives the ball number 22, the running back. The ball was fumbled. Once again, looks like some indication Geneseo may have recovered the ball on the fumble. Out of the pile comes Colin Akers with the football, number 22. Slow to get up, though, is Johnson.
We talked about it, John, moments ago that they need a break, need a turnover, need something to happen. Turn this momentum, and this could be the one. Richmond Burton already up 7-0 is driving down inside the 20-yard line, coughed it up at the 15-yard line, recovered by the Leafs.
And had a nice little play off that right side when they fumbled it. Nice hole.
There was no signs of stopping him at that particular time. With momentum in the Leafs' favor, once again, now we have the opportunity to take it down there and things can change.
Ball sits in the 16-yard line of Geneseo. Going to go sweep play. Nope. Going to keep the ball. Johnson with the carry. And pitch it. No. Atwell keeps the ball. Over the 50, he's down the 40, he's got one more block. Lipke's going to get a block for him. Inside the 20, Lipke, inside the 5. Touchdown, Geneseo. No, he got the pylon with the ball. Touchdown, Geneseo. Oh my gosh, I didn't know. What happened there? I think that Atwell kept the ball all alone. It was a fake to Johnson. Everybody in the stadium thought Johnson had the ball. They bring him down, and all of a sudden, out of the pile comes Atwell, and he goes down the field, picks up a blocker as Lemke with a personal protector and ushered him down the sidelines for about a 85-yard touchdown run by Atwell.
I'm still confused. Either Johnson did the best fake job on that run, or he slipped it out of his hand into Atwell's hands. I think he's because he broke about 5 tackles. I think he slipped it to Atwell somehow.
As he started to go down, did he start to flip? He flipped the ball back?
I think he did. I didn't even see the ball, but all I watched is Johnson breaking tackles, and everybody knew Johnson had the football.
Wow.
So anyway, we got an extra point to go here.
Lemke on the PAT attempt.
Don't forget to call Aroma's Pizza here. 5th caller.
Be the 5th caller, La Roma's Pizza. Every time Geneseo scores a touchdown and win a free large 2-topping pizza. Radio listeners only. Must be redeemed within 1 week. 944-6171.
Man, restart the heart here. That was a stopper right there.
I still don't know what happened.
Johnson had to have that football. If Johnson didn't have that football, that was the best fake I've ever seen in my entire life.
PAT attempt. Kicks up. And good. Geneseo puts another one on the board. Makes it 7-7 here at this semifinal game at Geneseo with a big play by Atwell as he went down the sideline. 85 yards for the touchdown on the quarterback keeper.
Can you Tebow that for us, Keith? We got to see that again. I'm sorry.
Did you see it, Keith?
All right. We'll see it tomorrow night.
That's an interesting one.
What an outstanding play. Nobody knew that Atwell had the football, and he's running down the sidelines. And Richmond Burton finally caught on to the fact that he was running down the sideline with the football.
And by that time, he picked up Lemke as a blocker.
That's one of those things where I'm really surprised that the official didn't blow a whistle. It's miraculous that an official did not blow the whistle because it looked like Johnson was down with the football.
Yeah, he even made the way he had the ball. Johnson did have the ball and he got hit and it popped out in the air and Atwell caught it in the air. I didn't see that.
Okay, well that's what the word here is. The official word on the stands is that the ball actually popped out of Johnson's hands into Atwell's hands. You know, these people who say we're lucky, I don't know how to answer that. I just know the harder you work, the luckier you get. And this football team works really hard.
Yeah, you're right. Here we go. 7-7. Lemke with the kickoff. Fielded at about the 10. He's down on the ground at the 12-yard line where he's going to touch his knee down. Does number 23, O'Kane. Geneseo's defense to come back on the field. Little spark behind him now. A little bit more.
It's amazing what momentum does to you. You know, previous kickoffs, that ball comes out to about the 35-yard line. Now he's on the 12-yard line. It's just amazing. He didn't have to touch his knee down.
No.
But the momentum has shifted, and now all of a sudden they have to try to figure out a way to fight back. Maple Leafs had their backs to the wall, found a way to get it done, and now it's Richmond Burton's time to see if they can do it, or can the Leafs keep the momentum. 1st and
10 with 10:22 left in the first half. 7-7's the score here. Wingback goes in motion, going to give the ball to Reardon up the middle, number 32. Fighting for yards, gets a nice chunk out to about the 18. We'll give him about 5 yards on the carry.
They're going to mark it up a little bit. It's going to be about 6 on the carry. Maple Leafs once again going to stiffen up in the middle. We got the starting defensive unit, looks like, out there. Patterson in the middle, Anderson, Reiling. Fears on this end over here.
Cathcart.
Is Cathcart on the other side? Yep. Okay. So basically the starting unit in there going to have to beat those blockers.
Clays. Clays is in the
Clays is out. Yeah, Clays on this end.
And looking to come this way. They string it out pretty good. It's going to be probably close enough for the first down as they move the ball to about the 24-yard line. May have got it by about a yard.
Speaking of Clays, stacking it up pretty well in there. Snodgrass and Kotecki can get in on the tackle. And there come the big boys back in. Once again, Rome and Cothran check in at the tackle spots. Anderson and Riley take a breather. But Cothran and Rome happen to check into the ball game the last possession when the fumble occurred.
Clock on the move, 9:26 left in the first half, 7-7's the score. Wingback goes in motion, going to try to get around the corner once again. Fears is going to have to fight off to get outside. He does make the corner. Going to be brought down the far side by Fears along with Lemke.
Yeah, Lemke give him a bust.
After a nice pickup, got to pick up a first down as they move the ball to the 35-yard line.
Johnson and Hoon check into the ball game. Snodgrass takes a breather. Somebody else is going to have to come out. It's like Akers going to check out.
Hoon checks into the game. Maybe you called that number 37.
Trying to figure out what kind of combination here can read this potent offense of Richmond Burton Rockets.
Kroger stands back deep at the Defensive backfield for the Leafs, as he has all year. No cast on his hand, just a little tape on that thumb. Mixed up in the back. No mix up in the backfield. There was a mix up back there. That's because there were so many green shirts back there.
Yeah, that's the only thing that was mixed up. No, that was just. Yep, that was just straight. That's just straightforward, and nowhere to go.
Loss of 1 in the play. 2nd and 11. Ball's at the 34-yard line. That's Richmond Burton. 8:40 left in this first half. Tie game 7-7.
Patterson's still in that nose spot, but that's what you get a little bit more size when you put a Rome in there. Anthony Rome gives you a little size and strength in there. May lose half a step in quickness possibly on some of the wide stuff, but on that straight up the middle stuff, look out.
2nd and 12. Passing the ball, looking to throw the ball downfield, getting some pressure. Incomplete, nice defense over there. Kroger came up and laid a heavy in the back of the receiver's back, forced him to drop the ball. Incomplete.
Lemke reached for the ball, just got over his fingers. Well thrown ball. Well thrown ball right in the hands of the Rocket receiver, but Kroger drilled him just as the ball got there. Perfect timing. 3rd and 12?
3rd and 12. Ball's on the 34-yard line, called 33-yard line.
Great opportunity for a stop here by the Maple Leafs.
Richmond Burton, 7-7 to score. 8:10 left on the clock here in the first half.
They've seized the momentum, and they need a stop here to keep it.
Counter play on the carry. Number 23 is going to break free. He's got one guy to beat. Lemke's trying to take the angle to break him, to catch him. He's going to cut back against the grain. Still inside the 10 and brought down at the 5-yard line. Again, a counter play ran right past our pursuit. We shot the gaps that time and ran right past the play. Did our linebackers, then they take the ball down to the 3 or 5-yard line. Does
Lemke and Hoon. Lemke was just kind of playing, trying to slow him down so Landon Hoon could catch up with him. Tough play. 63-yard gain for the Rockets. You're right, John. We were in their backfield like right now, but unfortunately the runner was not in the backfield. He was going the other direction.
Yep.
7-7 ball game. Rockets trying to get that momentum back that the Leafs had just seized.
Ball's inside the 5-yard line, so it'll be 1st and goal from the 5, we'll call it.
7 minutes and 45 seconds left to go in the first half, and what a ball game.
Going towards the north end zone. 3 backs in the backfield. Going to give to the big fullback, Reardon. Didn't get in the end zone. Maybe got a yard. Slow whistle that time.
I got a good view on that when number 67, Anthony Rome, had wrapped his ankles, and he was going nowhere. About 8 other guys hit him later, but Big Anthony had a hold of his ankles, and he was stopped.
We'll call it 2nd goal from the 4. About the 3.5, 4-yard line. 7-7, looking to go towards the north end zone here. The RB, Richmond Burton, overload the right side. Quarterback barks out. They're going to go try to get outside on the sweep play. Close to the touchdown. It's going to be touchdown. And Richmond Burton with 6:56 left in this first half.
Well, you had to know they were going to run outside there on that one, John, because we've been stifling them up the middle, been getting really stiff up the middle, especially since we made some substitution with just a little more size in there.
Yep.
And you know they're going to try to run something wide, and it worked. So just under 7 minutes left to go in the first half. Second quarter, and Richmond Burton trying for the extra point here to make it 14-7. Maybe we keep it at 13. Looking for the block.
Kicks up.
Pulled that, didn't he?
It's good though. He got it up high, just barely made it across within the left upright. But it's good to make the score 14-7 here with 6:56 left in the first half.
We had all that controversy about the kicks in the LaSalle Peru game. These officials at least are staying there and watching it and giving you a signal whether they're right or wrong. They're at least doing it with the proper mechanics. So 14-7. It's going to be a ball game. This again last year was 0-0 at halftime. We hope it's at least 14-14 at halftime here.
Go.
So
yep.
A little more action, a little more scoring. Both of these teams. I came back after watching the Richmond Burton game, and I came back and I talked to Coach Johnson just a little bit, and I told him, I said, they're better than last year, and he said, so are we.
Yep.
I got to agree. Both of these teams are much better, much more mature than they were a year ago. A lot of returning people from both teams, and they're good football teams.
Yes. Watching the defensive players on this side, Aaron Koteki's upset with the play of the defense so far as he walks the sidelines here. You can tell that something just wasn't clicking that last series of downs. 14-7. RB on top of the Maple Leafs, kicking the ball away. High Going to be fielded by Hamer. Inside the 5, got a little bit of a seam, goes Hamer, and brings it back out, brings it out to about the 34-yard line.
That's a nice return.
Billy Hamer on the carry.
That's a nice return. Get that ball up there, 34-yard line, give you a little head start on the field. Need a first down or two, get across midfield, keep this thing moving. Plenty of time left on the clock here in the second half. Ideal situation, obviously, would be a nice sustained drive. The Leafs have not put the ball up. Am I correct? The Leafs have not passed yet in the ball game. Richmond Burton has a couple times.
1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. Geneseo Atwell calls the signals, gives it to Johnson up the gut. Johnson fires out through the hole up to the 40-yard line, picks up 5 in the play, a solid 5, maybe 6 yards goes Johnson.
Ball did not pop out of Johnson's hand that time. We'll take that 6 yards on first down anytime you want to give it to us. Broke a couple tackles. He looked like he was hit very close to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard or two pass, and just, again, that leg drive, determination got him out to the 2nd and 4.
Come up, Clays checks in, the right end. Nothing going that time once again after we try to go with a little bit of misdirection in the backfield. No gain to play, no loss in the play. They're going to mark it right back at the 40-yard line and bring up 3rd and 4 for the Leafs.
That counter play has been working pretty well for Richmond Burton today, but not exactly the same play, but it's been working well for them. But they obviously practice against it every day too.
They got some penetration in that time. Moved our sideline warning on the far side for Richmond Burton. Moving the players back away from the field further. We saw that last week where they actually threw the flag that meant something. They marked one off last week.
They did. The first one was a warning. Second one actually meant something. You know, that's a point of emphasis. I always like at the beginning of the season, they call these point of emphasis things. It's going to be this is the lesson you're going to learn this year.
Tight formation, wing back right side. Akers, now he goes in motion. Going to go to sweep play. Got a convoy in front of him. High tackle up around the head. No call. They'll bring up a 4th down. Bring a 4th down about 2 for the Leafs.
Looked like we had some blockers out there. Looked like it was going to develop, and all of a sudden it just shut down 1 yard short. 4th and 1. Leafs are not going to go for it. Can't afford to at this particular spot in the field. So with 5 minutes left here in the first half, Leafs are going to punt it away.
Russell will go back deep for.
Maybe we'll get a long count here. How about a double go? No? Nope, not going to do that.
Good snap. Good protection. Nice high spiral. Ball fumbled. Geneseo recovers. The ball was fumbled at the 30-yard line, recovered by Geneseo. It looks like Billy Hamer at the 38-yard line recovers the fumble. I don't know who kicked it loose out there. That ball was rolling around for a long time, wasn't it, Bob, before we finally fell on it? I was worried about it going out of bounds.
It looked like it was going to go out of bounds, people kicking it around. First man tried to pick it up, try to advance it, but the Maple Leafs finally got it, and Ben, we are really lucky.
There we go.
I like how lucky this team is.
39-yard line, Leafs, 1st and 10.
Those are the kind of breaks that you force yourself. You make
Second
you make
man is going to get the ball. Akers with a carry. Akers going to spring through there.
There we go.
Nice pick at that time of 9 yards by Akers off the left side on a belly play. Call it 2nd and a long 1.
It's called scratching and clawing and finding a way to win.
These boys have done it all year.
These guys
Why not
have done
stop
it all
now?
year. Yeah, it's just, it's born in them. It's just that's the kind of personality this team has, and you know what? They're good at it.
4:23 left in the first half. Geneseo is down by a score of 14-7. 2nd and 1 from the 3-yard line. Johnson's going to carry the ball. Johnson still on his feet. Johnson picks up the first down inside the 25 to the 24-yard line goes Johnson. Number 35, the fullback, stumbling, bumbling, and gets the job done 5 yards downfield. 1st and 10 Leafs at the 29-yard line.
Not a favorable spot there. I thought he picked up another yard or two, but still on the 24-yard line. 24 yards go to pay dirt. 4 minutes left. Plenty of time on the clock. Maple Leafs trying to get this score evened up here before halftime. Maybe come out in the second half and see how it is. This is smash mouth football.
It sure is.
This is flat out good football.
Akers goes in motion. Second man's going to get it. Akers still on his feet. Picks up, slides off one tackle. And the ball. Atwell keeps the ball again. Atwell keeps the ball again. Touchdown.
They're going to mark him out. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
I'm sorry, folks. I don't have my glasses on, but I missed that one too.
Well,
Atwell slid that ball into Akers' stomach, pulled it out, and all of a sudden I thought the play was over until you see Atwell going down the sideline down to the 3-yard line.
I'm looking down at the Geneseo fans and everybody's shaking their heads saying, how did that happen? Everybody that had a purple jersey is tackling Akers. Everybody with a purple jersey or white jersey.
Timeout's going to be called by Geneseo. Wow.
Michael Atwell, the leading rusher in the ball game, probably. I don't know, they got a guy with some yards too, but a lot of yardage on Michael Atwell. Unbelievably.
We saw it the last series of downs where Johnson takes the ball to the right side, and we thought he was down and tackled, and all of a sudden we see Atwell break out of the pile off the edge to score a touchdown of 85 yards right there, once again down near the 20-yard line of Richmond Burton. We thought we saw a belly play to Akers off the left side, thought he was tackled, and all of a sudden down the field there's one person chasing Atwell. I thought there was a fumble people were chasing or something. It was Atwell with the football, and he gets knocked out of bounds inside the 2-yard line. It'll be first and goal from the 2, where we've got to make it count right now.
I don't think I'm going to buy the story that popped out of Akers' hands. I think Atwell had that football that time, but it was an outstanding job of execution by the Maple Leafs backfield. Just an outstanding job of execution. And you know what? Usually a lot of times we pick on the officials. Outstanding job of the officials to not blow the whistle.
Right.
Because that ball looked to be dead.
First and goal from the 2-yard line, we'll call it, for the Maple Leafs to the south end zone. Wing back right side. Atwell goes under center. Touchdown, Geneseo! Geneseo touchdown. Atwell to the quarterback sneak. Puts 6 more on the board for the Maple Leafs.
Obviously, Michael Atwell, the man of the hour right now, but give kudos to that Maple Leaf line. He got on Rubino's back and just drove right over the goal line. Outstanding job on the quarterback sneak. Give that big offensive line kudos out there, those big boys. You know, Rome and Tommy Reese out there just every day working their tail off, busting their line through there. Nick Rubino, great job on that quarterback sneak.
Yep. That kick's going to be up. And good. And they threw a flag as they roughed Lemke on the kick. The kick was good. Personal foul going to be called against Richmond Burton. The extra point will count. They'll leave it on the board and they'll assess the penalty on the kickoff.
That's what they're going to do here. They left Michael Atwell stayed out there to check with the officials, but that's what's going to happen. They're going to assess that on the kickoff, and that's going to help to put the field position opportunity. Oh yeah, we forgot La Roma's Pizza.
It'll be the 5th caller to La Roma's Pizza. Every time Geneseo scores a touchdown, win a free large 2-topping pizza. Radio listeners only. La Roma's 944-6171.
If we forget them, do they drop their sponsorship, or do we? Okay, they're still going to stay with us. Good.
Wow.
Once again, we have a 14-14 score, 3.5 minutes left to go here. And that 15 yards going to be assessed on this kickoff.
Now we can
it may not seem like a lot, but that adds a lot of distance to the distance that they have to go in 3.5 minutes to try to put a score on the board.
Well, what do you do here? Do we do the pooch kick high in the air? We won't lose anything.
Yeah, you can kick it out of the end zone pretty easy, but I don't know. I'm glad it's Coach Johnson's call. I'm a safe kind of guy in this thing. I kick it out of the end zone and let him try to go 80 yards. But
so they assessed a 15-yard penalty. It's on the RB 45-yard line for this kickoff. Lemke on the kick. He's going to kick it deep. And lets it die in the end zone, and they'll bring the ball out to the 20-yard line. Like you said, safe play right there. Let's not go for the jugular right now. There's a lot of ball game left.
Coach Johnson's a lot smarter than we are, but we happen to agree on that one. Obviously, they got 80 yards to travel now here in 3.5 minutes.
14-14 is the score that's on the clock. As you said, 3:36 left in this first half. Richmond Burton, 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
Richmond Burton has shown a lot of power, a lot of offensive explosion. Maple Leafs have shown a lot of opportunistic. It's the story of their season, and they
go Reardon up the middle, number 32 with the carry. He's wrestled down after a pickup about 4.
Wrestled down is a good term because, man, he was hit several times, and he doesn't go down when he's hit. You got to wrap him, and you really got to drag him down.
Looked like Cathcart may have had a double leg takedown that time, as he just picked him up in the air and drove him to the ground. Picks up 4 though. 2nd and 6.
Anthony Rome and Reiling. Actually, Reiling's in as a tackle now with Anthony Rome. Look out. Look
Breaks
out.
free. Number 23 is open. He's over the 40 to the 50. He's going down the sidelines over the 30. It's going to be a foot race. What are they going to do with Limke at the goal line? He knocks him down at the goal line. They're going to mark him down at the 1 yard line.
Going to mark him down at the 1 foot line, it looks like. How that could happen, I don't know.
They caught us in a blitz again. Once again, we ran right by the play. We're in the backfield, but just couldn't catch up to the play.
That play,
74-yard run that time.
he was so wide open. I mean, there was not a lot of deception or anything there. He just flat out was open.
Yep.
And all he had to do was race to the corner. An outstanding job by Lemke of trying to get him. You know what? It's going to take something really big right here. But the Leafs are not quitting. They're going to they don't give up here.
Quarterback sneak.
Oh!
Throws that ball up in the air as a quarterback sneak. Touchdown, Richmond Burton.
Trying to reach the ball over the goal line. He did put that ball out there for grabs.
It's kind of scary looking, wasn't it?
Wow. It wouldn't have taken much to knock that thing out of his hands, and that would have been an incredible disaster for Richmond Burton. But fact is, they score. Score stands at 20-14 with 2 minutes and 40 seconds, so that's a change of events.
Takes one play for him to get it back up, or 2 plays to get it back up on
50,
top.
only took 50 seconds.
They'll try to kick the PAT. Blocked by Geneseo. I believe that time it was Johnson or Walters got in there, the number 35 or 32 that blocked that extra point. No good to leave the score at 20-14 with 2:42 left in this first half.
I'm not going to make a call because last week we called the number wrong, but you never know how large that's going to loom, as the game goes on. 2 really explosive offenses, obviously. Richmond Burton has demonstrated how explosive they can be, and they're right on track. They've been scoring 40 points a game, and they're right on track with 20 here in the first half. But Maple Leafs have also shown they can come back. They're resilient as they come. This is a team with a lot of heart, and they face... They get the ball back with 2 minutes and 42 seconds left on the clock and a 6-point deficit. This half isn't over yet.
No, it's not.
It's a long ways from over. These two teams are in-your-face type of football teams, and I tell you, all week long we've been looking for a good football game. I obviously have connections to both teams here, but you just hope there's a really, really, really good football game, and I tell you, it's lived up to our expectations right now.
It has. RB to kick the ball off. Left footer, kind of a knuckleball. Going to be fielded by Geneseo just off Walter's hands near the 10-yard line. Is going to go out of bounds at the 9. Geneseo's offense will be pinned deep in a hole.
But he obviously knows now he should have let that ball go because he didn't have a great opportunity to catch it. He reached out with one hand, tried to catch the football, and went off his hand out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Couldn't be a better situation for Richmond Burton right here. 2 minutes and 42 seconds left. They're thinking pin them back here, make them punt, and they're thinking about getting the football back already. Maple Leafs have got to dig out of this hole and get a drive going. Got to have a first down here. First down would change things just a little. It would change things a lot.
Yes.
If you don't get a first down, this momentum has switched already about 5 times in the game. Needs to go back to the green.
9-yard line, 1st and 10 Leafs. Second man through is going to get the ball. Lemke with the carry. Gets about 3 or 4 as he moves forward. They'll give him 3 yards on the carry. They're going to mark it about the 13 for the Leafs. So it's a nice pickup on first down for the Maple Leafs. Moves it out to the 18-yard or the
that's close to 4.
14-yard line.
Yeah, when you're in that kind of a hole, you take that 4 on first down. Take another 4 right here though, or maybe 6. Hate to get greedy.
RB has 3 down linemen up front.
Leafs have not put the ball in the air yet today.
Stand up in. Clays goes out wide to the right side for the Leafs. Wingback comes in motion the same side. They go cross-buck action in the backfield. Akers on the carry. Gets it over the 15 out to about the 17-yard line. They'll bring up a third down for the Leafs. Going to see where they're going to mark it at. Going to mark it near the 18-yard line. No, 17-yard line looks like. So you're going to bring up a 3rd and 2 for the Leafs.
Yeah, it's a short 2. Maple Leafs, again, you keep talking about critical plays, but this one here, if you don't get this, you give them the ball back before the half.
Gives the ball to Johnson up the middle.
Oh, yeah.
First down, Johnson's up, takes a pile with him, moves the ball over the 20-yard line out to about the 24. 1st and 10 with 1:23 left on the clock here before halftime.
Yeah.
Geneseo's down by the score of 14-20 here in this semifinal game. Winner of this game moves on to Champaign next weekend to play for the state championship.
That was a simple matter, giving Johnson the ball and telling him to get on Mr. Rome's back and ride him for a few yards.
1st and 10 for the Leafs. Atwell looks him over. Gonna go sweep play. Got one block right in front of him. Lemke gonna try to get the ball out to the 25-yard line. Thought he had a little seam there for a second. Just couldn't get over that pile with the nice skip and a jump. He's a little slow getting up. Is number 41, the senior. Inside a minute now on the clock before halftime.
You know, this Rockets team is so quick. I thought that same hole. You know, there's a lot of teams when you got a hole like that. You know, you're gonna pick up some yardage, and all of a sudden that thing was full. They fly to the ball so quickly. It looks like you got a hole and it's gone. It's just closed.
Picks up 2. 2nd and 8 for the Leafs. Ball sits on the 25-yard line. Up the middle it goes.
Face mask.
Is there face mask on the play? The way it looked like it was. Nice pickup on the play by Johnson of 6 yards.
The guy was right there, though. His head is yanked back. You can just tell when the helmet yanks back like that.
Geneseo go in the huddle with 10 seconds left in this first half. 20-14.
Now they accomplished the goal of making sure they got the ball out of that hole. Did not give him the ball back.
Nope.
Settle with going to halftime here with a 6-point deficit.
So after one half of play here from Geneseo Bob Reed Field at halftime, Richmond Burton 20, the Geneseo Maple Leafs 14.
This TV50 telecast is sponsored in part by B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, On Guard Security, Central Bank, Chicago Street Decorating Center, Vandemore Funeral Homes, Eric Henderson and Greg Anderson of Country Financial, Geneseo Dairy Queen, Stackhouse Moore, Farmers National Bank, Geneseo Telephone Company, Holland & Sons, Hammond Henry Hospital, Hazelwood Homes, IDC Technology Solutions, Geneseo Good Samaritan Village, Northside Rexall Drug, ProTech Auto Body, Turpins of Geneseo. Please patronize these fine businesses and let them know you appreciate their support of this TV50 telecast.
Welcome back as we get ready to start this this second half of action. The semifinal Class 4A game. The winner of this game will move on to Champaign next Friday evening to play for the state championship against the winner of the Metamora Rochester game. Geneseo is on the field right now, just completed their warm-ups there to get ready to start this second half. They'll take a lap around the goal post and head back to the sidelines here at Geneseo. Home game today. Haven't been here for about 3 weeks, and the field's in really good shape. We haven't seen a lot of slipping out there, and it's not getting torn up under the pressure of the ball going up and down the middle of the field. Geneseo returns to their home sideline here as they trot in with their green jerseys, gold pants, gold helmets, and G on the side. Richmond Burton on the far side. As you said, filled the stands very well here today.
Hopefully our field mic's picking up some of the enthusiasm here of this crowd. It's unbelievable that we're 1 week away from the state championship football game, and we've got this kind of weather. It's just fantastic. You know, usually this time you get this deep in the playoffs, you know, you're wearing long underwear.
You're hearing your teeth chatter more than anything.
This is good stuff right here. What a wonderful day to play football and to watch football.
Semi-final second half action getting ready to start here from Geneseo against the Richmond Burton Rockets. 14-12. Leafs are down by 6 here at halftime as the crowd makes their way back to their seats and gets ready for this second half of action.
Certainly neither team is disappointed their fans. You know, both playing hard, both doing everything they can to make sure they take nothing with them, leave it all right there in the field. And it is, as we predicted, Richmond Burton going to kick off from their own 40-yard line.
No, they will kick into the wind here to start the second half, so they will have the wind at their back in the fourth quarter, excuse me. Went through them all there.
Yeah, so we will not have the win in the fourth quarter, as has been the MO lately. So Richmond Burton has obviously been watching film on us. Yep. They want to change it up.
Back deep, Hamer looking to field this ball at the 10-yard line. Hamer looking for a seam up the middle. Finds a little bit of seam. Hamer over the 35 to the 37, 38-yard line goes. Hamer, nice return that time by Billy Hamer, the junior, 6 foot, 180 pounds. Found a seam and exploded down through it. Number 19 gives the offense a nice place to start. Rubino at center. Number 56. 56, a junior or senior.
Zach Mackey, you got to give Zach Mackey a plug here. Runs out of fresh football, and they got a nice spot at the 39-yard line.
Rubino brings them up. First and 10, Leafs. Atwell, the quarterback, the leading ground gainer for the Leafs in the first half. Sends Lemke in motion. Gives the ball to Johnson. Johnson's going to pick up 4 on the carry. Give him 5 as he moves the ball to the 45-yard line. Little misdirection. He cuts back against the grain. Does Johnson, the big 35, the senior fullback.
I saw that football all the way. Nobody was going to fool me on that one. I tell you, those are 2 amazing plays that we saw earlier, and I can't wait to watch that on TV because I can't figure out how Atwell kept that ball.
I mentioned Atwell, the leading ball carrier in the first half of the Leafs. Just some excellent faking. Broke him free. 2nd and 5. Second man, Lemke's going to get the carry. He's going to get it over the 45, down to the 46-yard line. They'll bring up a 3rd and about 3 for the Leafs. He was smothered pretty good there at the point of attack. He's a little slow getting up. That's just because the referee's standing right over top of him. Now he is a little slow getting up as he struggles to get back to the huddle, and Johnson looks him over. They're going to send Hoon in the game, number 37 for Lemke.
Kroger checks in with the play. Going to go out on the end.
They'll break the huddle. Lemke's getting looked at in the near side. 3rd and 3. Gives the ball to Johnson. Johnson finds a seam. He's still fighting for a yard. First down, Geneseo. Down to the 43-yard line. That was a freight train going through.
Lowered his head and shoulders and put him through. He was hit about 5 yards from where he landed. Just kept those legs driving. Outstanding run by Johnson. This is what the Green Machine need to do, and if this is any indication of what they're going to do, if this is going to be their typical second half, again, credit to the line surge. Outstanding hold by the line.
Johnson once again up the gut, picks up another chunk of yards, almost 5 yards that time. He moves inside the 40 to the 39-yard line.
Let's mention those guys up front. Ethan Lawson up there throwing a nice block on that play. Tackles, obviously, Anthony Rome and Tommy Reese. Nick Rubino in the middle. And I think
Ethan Lawson on this left side.
I think it's Cothran. Yeah, Cothran's the other guard. Just wanted to make sure before we call it. Cothran, the other guard.
2nd and 5 for the Leafs.
Kroger and Fears on the end. So that line, getting a nice line surge.
They bring one more down lineman up front. Going to give the man a second man. Akers this time breaks free. He's over the 20. He's down to the 10. He may go all the way inside the 5. Touchdown, Geneseo! Akers with the touchdown for the Leafs. A 40-yard scamper for Akers off that same left side we've been working on for a touchdown for the Leafs. Makes the score 20-20 here with 9:30 left. Lemke puts his helmet on and goes back on the field to handle the kicking chores of this extra point.
Once again, John, we just mentioned all those big linemen up front. I got to praise those guys again because they blew a hole in that rocket line.
And they had an extra guy on the line that time, a down lineman.
Oh my gosh, did they blow a hole there?
Lemke comes on for the PAT attempt, 20-20. Ball's down, kicks up. That's going to be good. Geneseo is up by the score, 21-20, with 9:30 left here in this third quarter. The Leafs come out at halftime and take it right to them. Take it down the field.
Just what the doctor ordered. This is the first lead the Leafs have had in the entire game. You can feel the crowd. You can feel the intensity. But you know what?
It's not just me.
You can look across the field, and they're waving those things that you beat together over there too. So the Richmond Burton people are not going to let up. This is going to be a battle to the end.
Yes, it is. 5 plays, 61-yard drive for the Leafs. Each up 2 minutes and 30 seconds to open up this third quarter. 39-yard touchdown run by Akers. PAT good by Lemke to make the score 21-20. Green Machine on top with 9:30 left in this third.
Lemke shaken up a couple plays ago, but he's back on the field to kick, and looks like he's going to be just fine. Shake the cobwebs out. This is a big game, fella.
It's going to be a football game here, fellas. Get your seatbelts on. Here we go. Lemke will handle the kicking duties. He'll be kicking with a little breeze at his back. Going from the south to the north here at Geneseo. Nice kick. Going to be fielded inside the 5-yard line by number 23. And it brought down. Nice play that time.
Tyler Clay
stopped him dead in his tracks. He didn't tackle him. He stopped him dead in his tracks and made him stumble and fall. Nice job by Tyler Clay, number 33, the senior.
Oh, that was just an outstanding job in open field because he was alone. He was the first guy there.
Broke down.
And he just broke him down. He just broke down, made him stop, had nowhere to go, dropped to a knee, ball. I mean, that's better than kicking it out of the end zone.
1st and 10 for Richmond Burton from their own 18 or 17-yard line.
That's about the 16.
About the 16-yard line. Patterson, the nose guard. Oh, there's the football in the 16.
Now we'll see what the green defense is made of right here.
Snodgrass walks up. Snodgrass, Kotecki legs it heavy at the point of attack that time. Lost or a gain of about a yard on the play, maybe 2 yards on the play. Kotecki comes up and makes a solid smack on the tackle.
There's got to be 2 headaches there. Kotecki probably won't feel his much, but that running back, I mean, that was a smack. He was going one direction, and he was going the opposite direction so fast he didn't know what hit him.
8:57 left in the third quarter. Geneseo's up by 1, 21-20. They break the huddle, does RB. Richmond Burton, tight formation, wing back to the left side. Johnson in a fullback position. Fullback with the carry. He's still being stacked up. Little gain on the play that time. Geneseo's defense may not. It's a complete team effort that time as Kroger made the initial contact, I believe.
Yeah, Kroger had the wrap. Kroger wrapped his legs, had him stopped, and a couple teammates came up and finished him off. But again, third down.
3rd and 4.
The Leafs got the momentum. They got the feel. If they can stop 3rd and 4.
It's getting loud here now.
They've had momentum many times, but they've never really felt like they had control of the ball game. They get a stop here on 3rd down, and it could lead to that. It could lead to a feeling like they could be in control.
3rd and 4 from the 23-yard line. Back in. They stop him short. They may have been a fumble in there. There may have been a fumble in there. Geneseo recovers the fumble. Geneseo's ball at the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 on the fumble recovery. It was a fumble. Did you see the fumble? I didn't catch the fumble either. It must have just
it popped out. He looked like he was going down. He was not going to make the first down anyway. They were going to stop him on downs, but this is a lot better field position than if you wait for that punt to occur.
Wing back right side.
25-yard line.
Akers comes in motion, gives the ball to Johnson. He's going to fight for yards. Still fighting for yards. Get him inside the 15. Or inside the 25, down to about the 23-yard line. They have to mark it inside.
I told you earlier that there's going to be 2 headaches from that collision. Coach Mackey over here talking to Kotecki, and he's still shaking his head just a little bit. What a collision that was.
Gain of 1 for Johnson. Of the Maple Leafs, moves the ball inside the 25. Let's call it 2nd and 9 for the Leafs. Wing back right side is Akers. He comes in motion. Atwell keeps the ball, keeps it on the option, moves the ball to the 20-yard line. They take some liberties with him. A little slow whistle that time.
Little activity.
They're digging on Atwell to bomb the pile there.
Coach Johnson was pleading with the official. Coach Johnson was pleading with the official that they were twisting on Atwell. The whistle was well blown. The Richmond Burton players were still trying to take him down. Coach Johnson pleading for help. Anthony Rome taking a little bit into his hands, and he needs not to do that, of course. But now it's a warning on the Maple Leafs sideline.
Yeah.
Just a warning only.
Let's call it.
Next one, though, is going to be a penalty, and so they've got to stay off. They've got to stay back.
The nice pickup that time by Atwell. It brings it 3rd and 5 for the Leafs at the 24-yard line of RB. Sweep play, looking for a seam out in front. Lemke hits the first down inside the 10, maybe 12-yard line goes Lemke. Boy, and look through a great block out front. Atwell makes the corner.
Now that looked very similar. Earlier we were saying that it looked like there was a hole and it closed. That hole didn't close.
No.
It looked just the same, except that hole didn't close. And then, like you said, Atwell, a big play going through that hole, made that one key block, and boom, there's a hole there. First and goal. They are not. No, it's not first and goal. It's first and 10.
21-20
on the 10.5-yard line.
21-20. Maple Leafs on top and threatening. Second man going to get the ball. Akers finds a little seam again inside the 5-yard line. Goes Akers right in the middle of the field. Akers at the 5. It'll bring up second and 5 from about the just outside the 5-yard line. Maybe it's called second and 4.
Just as we had the opportunity so many times this year, John, to say that the Maple Leaf line coming out and dominating the line of scrimmage in the second half, we get to say it again right now. The Maple Leaf line is simply winning the line of scrimmage here in the second half. At the first half, it was much of a standoff.
Right.
Just kind of feeling each other out or something, but Maple Leaf
here we go.
Linemen are shooting off the line.
Second and 5, going to give the ball. Lemke back in the backfield. Nothing going that time for him. He gets to the 5-yard and gets back to the original line, or the line of scrimmage. They'll bring up a third and goal, or third and, we got to get to about the 1-yard line for a first down.
Yeah, it'd be third and 5 still, right about the line of scrimmage. So third and 5, they can get a first down, but it'd be inside the 1-yard line to get that. Tyler Clays.
Whoa, here we go.
Tyler Clays is going to bring a play in here. Coach Johnson called the right one. They get an opportunity here. They do have 2 opportunities to get that goal line or first down, or they can opt for a field goal if they don't make it here, but they...
Timeout called by Geneseo. Not a bad spot right here to make the timeout.
Coach Johnson obviously not comfortable with what the call was or what the defensive alignment was, or just plain decided they need a little... This is not a time to make a mistake.
No.
Make sure you got your ducks in a row.
This is the semifinals, Class 4A, and every play counts. Every one of them. There's no tomorrow for the loser of this game.
Well, that's the way it is all the way through the playoffs. Obviously, it's win or go home, but this isn't to get you to the big show. You just got to get there. You can't win a state championship without getting there, and this one's to get there. So a lot of excitement. Both teams have worked very hard.
Yes.
Both teams, got almost to this stage last year and met each other again. And it's just it's going to be a heartbreaker for somebody here. But Maple Leafs right now taking control of the line of scrimmage. Offensive line is really blowing some holes. They need one right here.
Richmond Burton comes up. They got 5 down linemen up front. And stack it up pretty tight against the Leafs. They've overloaded the right side. Wingback comes back against the green. Going to go sweep play. Akers got up one block to Reed. He's going to, he gets horse collared.
By the shirt.
By the shirt inside the 5-yard line. I thought he had a seam to take it in. One guy to beat, and he grabbed him by the collar of the shirt and brought him down and bring up 4th down for the Leafs at the 4-yard line. They will bring the field goal unit in.
That got to give that guy some credit. Number 80, Matthew Marzal. I thought Akers was going, and he just reached out and grabbed his jersey.
Yep.
And somehow hung on.
Had a blocker on him at the same time.
Yeah, just an outstanding play. Just give him some credit, because Akers had touchdown if he doesn't grab that jersey.
On for the field goal attempt. Snap's good. Kick's going to be up.
It is
and good by Lemke. It took a long time to call that one. Good by Lemke. Puts 3 points on the board for the Maple Leafs. 24-20. Leafs on top here with 4:16 left in the third quarter.
He didn't get his whole foot into that one. Had that been much longer, he'd been in trouble, because it was shanked to the right a little bit. I don't know if it was just, not just a perfect hold or what happened, but it was shanked to the right just a bit, but just enough to get inside the goalpost and give the Maple Leafs a 4-point lead. Wow.
Yep.
Take a deep breath.
Boy,
Take a deep breath.
I'm just looking out here across. Bob, look at the cars that are, we talk about a lot of people here. Look at the vehicles parked all over the other side of the junior high. Back in the backfield, back where the junior high teams practice.
Buses, motorhomes, a lot of tailgating going on over there. As you mentioned earlier, John, people were lined up at the gate just before game time. They tailgated for so long that they almost missed the game.
Here we go. 4:16 left in the third quarter. Leafs up by 4, 24-20. On the kickoff, Lemke. Return man, 23 back deep. Is O'Kane, the big ground gainer, to kick the ball to the right side. Fielded at the 13-yard line. Across the seam, still on his feet, and brought down out at the 40-yard line on the tackle for the Leafs special teams.
Just across the 40-yard line, and he wasn't far from breaking the doggone thing. You know, you just never know when something like that's going to turn a game around. Right now, Leafs have the momentum.
Kyle Hankins on the tackle.
Have actually dominated the second half, I'd have to say. The first several minutes here, we got 4 minutes left to go here in the third quarter, and the Leafs have just been dominant, as they have been this year, and they need to hold that. They need to maintain that.
1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. Gives the ball to Reardon up the middle. On his feet, still fighting for yards. Knocked out of bounds on that far side at about the 44-yard line or 45-yard line. He's a tough character to bring down, is Reardon.
Hit by just about everybody that has a green jersey out there, and finally knocked out of bounds. I don't think he ever did go down.
Nice mark of the ball over there for him. Moves the ball. Go ahead. 2nd down and 3.
It's a long 3. Back to the starting lineup, I believe. You got Anderson and Reiling at the tackles. Patterson in the middle. The Cathcart over there and Fears on this side.
Yep.
Snodgrass in the middle. Akers
the ball
in the
up the middle. They're going to stack him up. No gain in the play. Right in the middle. Every Geneseo defensive player is on the pile except for Lemke, who went with the wide receiver downfield.
Nice defensive stance. Maple Leafs bring in Cothran, Rome, and Johnson. Patterson checks out. Alex Anderson checks out.
3rd and 3.
And Snodgrass checks out.
3rd and 3 from the Richmond Burton 48-yard line. They need to get to the 49 of Geneseo.
Stay home. Watch that counter. First man through.
First down. Whoa. Had him around the waist, but just couldn't bring him down. Kotecki, or no, I believe that was Patterson on the tackle.
Just did get the first down by about a yard.
Geneseo up by the score 24-20 here with 2 minutes and 44 seconds left in the third quarter.
Very formidable opponent we have here today. It's, they are not going to give up. They are not going to quit. There are some football teams that, have a lot of flash and a lot of even explosion at times, but when you get them down, they're down.
Yep.
This team doesn't appear to have that characteristic.
We're going to see a wide receiver come out wide to the left side of Geneseo's defense. Lemke on the cover. Geneseo jumps off sides up front. Looks like maybe Reiling jumped early for the Leafs.
Look like they might have mixed up the cadence a little bit. Got a little bit of a long count. Got to make sure they're going to go against. Sometimes you see a twitch in there and it'll go the other way, but that's going to be against Geneseo. 1st and 5.
Look for Richmond Burton, the Rockets, maybe to drop back and pass here as they're got a free down.
They got Reiling and Rome and Cathcart. The beef in the middle of the line.
Tight formation.
Oh yeah.
Fullback gets tripped up in the backfield. I'm not sure if who tackled him there. It might have been Reiling that time.
Reiling was the only guy in the backfield. I think it might have been his own guy, but Reiling's going to get credit for that tackle on our part because he was in the backfield.
We'll call it 2nd down and 4 yards for the Rockets. Ball sits on the 42-yard line of Geneseo. Geneseo up by the score 24-20 here with 1:41 left in the third quarter.
Got a short field to work with here. Gives Richmond Burton a lot more opportunity.
Up the middle it goes, 22 with the carry. And brought downfield by Johnson. Number 22 on the carry. That's Russell.
And Russell is not getting up. Russell's down for...
He was whipped down. Yeah. Johnson took him down pretty hard and landed on his shoulder. May have been a shoulder problem.
They did a little bit of a dance out there also. They do-si-doed about 3 times around the circle, and he slammed him kind of down, and it looks like he might be shoulder. He's writhing in pain and
trying to roll him over back to his back.
Yeah, he's one of their key guys. He had
Russell with over 1,000 yards.
Yeah, 1,015 yards, 17 touchdowns this year. One of their 3 backs with 1,000 yards. Number 23, Chad O'Kane, 1,030 yards, and number 32, Reardon, who has been a ton today, 1,246 yards and 16 touchdowns. So they spread it out pretty well. They got 17, 12, and 16 touchdowns coming into the game between those 3 guys.
They're balanced.
And, yeah, you just don't have an opportunity to key on anybody. Although the way Reardon's running, I might keep an eye on him. Been a horse today.
He's got that fullback body as far as He's not short, but he's built kind of low to the ground, a little heavy in the back end, which you need to see in a strong fullback or a three-back position. And runs downhill at all times, shoulders forward, and again, he likes to initiate some contact himself, much like we see with our 35 over there. Jason Johnson looks for as much contact as he can get.
Yep. Still on the ground here, and they're helping him up. Looks like he's sitting up now. He stopped right there. Still kind of, and he doesn't appear to be savoring any shoulders or legs, so he'll probably have to set out at least one play, maybe two, before you see him running the football again.
He went right to the bench over there, though, to sit down.
Yeah, Maple Leafs with their backs to the wall again with a 4-point lead, but they have the ball on their own 31-yard line. The RB Rockets are driving 31 yards to go from the end zone.
1st and 10 from the 30. Geneseo jumps around up front once again. Ball goes up the quick hitter on the left side. Kotecki, I believe, on the bottom of the pile, or yeah, it was Kotecki. From the linebacker, shoots in, gets up himself a little slow. Gives him 5, picks up 5 yards in the carry, brings up 2nd and 5. Inside a minute now in this third quarter. Geneseo's up by the score 24-20. Richmond Burton on the move. 23 in the carry. Can stop him short of the first down. No gain, maybe a yard gain to play that time. Geneseo's defense stifles him on that left side. Coming off the bottom of the pile that time looks like maybe Cole Riley once again. Now we're going third down. Ball sits on the 25-yard line of Geneseo as the sun starts to shine. The clock runs down inside 20 seconds now.
They might let this thing run.
They're going to come up. Geneseo's fans come to their feet. 3rd and 4. For Richmond Burton. Geneseo tries to get in the backfield. Number 9 with the carry. He's going to close the first down. He may have been stopped short. He's still on his feet. He's got down, loss of yardage on the play. They can't give him that much forward motion when he starts to get more yards.
They're going to spot it. This just outside the 21 and a half yard line. It's going to be very close.
It's going to be close to that first down.
It's going to be short.
The clock runs out here to end the third quarter.
Yeah, it's going to be short of a first down. So
he had 2 or 3 efforts there, but as he kept on going backwards rather than forwards. And that will do it for the third quarter. So at the end of 3 quarters of play. At the end of 3 quarters of play here from this semifinal Class 4A game. I don't know what they were going to do out there with the ball. Yeah. It's Geneseo 24, Richmond Burton 20. We'll be back after this to bring you all the fourth quarter action.
This TV50 telecast is sponsored in part by B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, On Guard Security, Central Bank, Chicago Street Decorating Center, Vandemore Funeral Homes, Eric Henderson and Greg Anderson of Country Financial, Geneseo Dairy Queen, Stackhouse Moore, Farmers National Bank, Geneseo Telephone Company, Holland & Sons, Hammond Henry Hospital, Hazelwood Homes, IDC Technology Solutions, Geneseo Good Samaritan Village, Northside Rexall Drug, Protec Auto Body, Turpins of Geneseo. Please patronize these fine businesses and let them know you appreciate their support of this TV50 telecast.
So it is going to, they mark the ball without measuring. It's going to be 4th down and about a yard, not even a yard, for Richmond Burton as they come out to the line of scrimmage. The ball sits just inside Geneseo's 22-yard line. Geneseo's up by the score of 24-20.
The third quarter, John, was definitely won by the Maple Leafs. Not only 10-0 on the scoreboard, but they really won the football game, the quarter. on both sides of the line and the line of scrimmage in particular. They need to sustain that in the fourth quarter here.
Here we go. Fourth in a couple feet for Richmond Burton. Geneseo's shuffling around up front. Quarterback's going to drop back to pass. He's got a receiver. Going to go backside on the reception. Number 23 slips a couple tackles, gets in towards the 10-yard line and brought down. A gutsy play that time by Richmond Burton, throwing the ball on a fourth and about 3 feet or 2 feet. And they pick up the first down on a little screen play to the backside and moves the ball down inside the 12-yard line.
Just, a little bit of a screen play to the opposite side. Quarterback rolled right through left. Just a nice little nifty play. Obviously, that's not something you're looking for.
Right.
When your motion is all to the right, your play action's to the right. So, outstanding call. It worked.
Russell is back in the game, number 22 for RB. First and 10. Gives the ball up the middle. Reardon on the carry. Gets it down to about the 5-yard line. Picks up 5 on the first carry. Let's call it maybe more than that. Probably picked up 6 yards on the carry. We're in the fourth quarter. Geneseo's up by the score 24-20.
Maple Leafs back there in that territory again where they really have to try to create something. They have to really work hard, get some kind of a turnover, make something happen here because it's going to be really tough to stick them right here.
We'll call it 2nd and 5.
RB can get a first down inside the 2.
Yep. Geneseo's linebackers are coming. Johnson jumps offside. I think maybe some RB fellows were jumping around too.
The right guard, number 61 from Richmond Burton, jumped.
I think 61 and 75 both were jumping for Richmond Burton.
They're going to discuss it here, but...
Oh, no, they missed it.
Look at
when you see the RB players clapping their hands like that, they know they got by with one.
Number 61 is holding his head. He knew he did something wrong, and he got by with it. I'm not really sure how they could miss that play.
You can see the reaction of the right guard and right tackle both up the line of scrimmage that they'd done wrong, but then they get called, marked off 5 against the Maple Leafs, what they did. Second and about a yard for the first down. Second, they're on the 2-yard line. Gets the ball up the middle. They stop him short. Kotecki on the tackle that time. He had fumble on the play. Geneseo recovers the ball.
Kotecki comes up with the ball.
I didn't see that either. I need my glasses on. Geneseo recovers the fumble on the 2-yard line. Kotecki runs off the field with the football. Has to turn around and give it back to the referee.
Richmond Burton, straight dive play right up the middle, got busted, hit head on to the line of scrimmage, ball popped loose. Kotecki comes up with it, and we just mentioned that they've got to have something here to turn this thing around, or they're going to find themselves in a deficit. And once again, they got lucky.
First and 10. Geneseo. Atwell will stand in the end zone here to take this snap.
Once again, hard hitting by Geneseo.
Johnson
opportunistic team all year long.
Johnson plows forward, moves the ball, gets a little breathing room there, moves it out to about the 4-yard line, just almost to the 5-yard line. It'll bring 2nd and 8 for the Leafs. Clays checks in, number 33.
Just when you think the world's going against you on that missed motion penalty.
Yep.
They coughed the ball up on the very next play. Maple Leafs got to get out of the hole.
2nd and 8 from their own 4-yard line. Going to give the ball to Akers. Akers finds a little seam up over the 10, out to the 12, maybe the 11-yard line. Brings up a 3rd and short for the Leafs. Time for a big drive here.
It is. Was that a huge play?
Oh.
You need some big yardage. You didn't pick up much on first down. You need a big play, get you out of that hole, and Akers finds the seam, breaks it. Again, I cannot believe how much difference it makes in the second half, but the Geneseo line just absolutely kills them in the trenches in the second half.
Play clock's down to 6 seconds.
If they can maintain that.
Timeout, Geneseo.
If they can maintain that dominance in the trenches for 9 more minutes, they get to go to Champaign. That's how close it is. 9 minutes.
Get a chance to play in that last weekend of November. There's only a few teams in the state that get to do it every year, and certainly something we'd love greatly to be able to do the next weekend.
16 actually get to play, and
16,
and it's 8 on Friday night, and 8 on Saturday, and we would be the last game on Friday evening.
Right.
Class 4A state championship. Maple Leafs lead 24-20, 9 minutes and 3 seconds left. Have the football deep in their own territory, trying to get out of a hole.
9:03 left on the clock. Geneseo's up 24-20. Geneseo just used their second timeout of the allotted 3 timeouts and a half, so they're down to 1 timeout remaining in the game. They'll come to the line of scrimmage. Third, the ball sits on the 11-yard line. We'll call it third and a long 1. Need to pick up this first down, keep that ball moving.
Line surge.
Dig down deep.
Line surge, driving back.
Atwell's going to take the ball. He's going to make the first down himself, moves it out to the 15-yard line.
Once again, a nice safe play. Don't have to hand the ball off. Just believe, cop on your center's back. Believe that line is going to surge, drive the maroon pants and the white jerseys back.
Rubino might be one of the smallest guys in that line, each side of the line, but he's making a hole and making room for Atwell to get that first down.
Just go low. Their nose guard is not very big. They don't have that 390-pounder across from him, so Rubino's going to get underneath him and drive him back.
Johnson with the carry. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Not a whole lot there that time for him. Clock's on the move at 8:30 left in the ball game.
Johnson, the ball carrier.
Got to play every play. Every play counts from this point on out.
Johnson getting up a little bit slow that time. Number 35, the senior. 6 foot, 220 pounds. Well over 2,000 yards for his career now as a Maple Leaf.
Only picked up about 6 inches on that play, actually. So really needed another big second down play. They got one on an Akers run last series.
Double wing set. Lemke in Akers. Akers goes in motion. Going to give the ball to Johnson. Johnson plows forward. Nice pickup on the play by Johnson. He limped himself back to the huddle, but he came out of the huddle. All guns firing and picks up a nice gain. Going to be up close to the first down marker. Very close. I can't see where they're setting the ball. Not a real good mark that time. Off by about a yard from what I'm seeing from here. But it'll bring up a 3rd and a yard for the Leafs. Johnson just shot through that hole to pick up a solid 8 yards on the run off the left side of Geneseo's offensive line. There's going to be a timeout on the field. A flag's being thrown. They're going to call a penalty for sideline. Didn't get the call what it was.
I'm not sure what the call is, but they're stepping it off. It's going to be a first down for the Maple Leafs. They don't even have to make that. You know what? I think it's something that was said. It could be a sportsmanlike. I haven't seen a signal, but it could be a unsportsmanlike issue here.
Put his hand across his chest. 1st and 10 Leafs. Ball at their own 28-yard line. Johnson's going to keep the ball. Falls forward. Nice job by Johnson again, as he just drug one with one leg and ran with the other to pick up about 5 yards. It's caught 5 yards on the carry. Clock moves.
Once again, Maple Leafs showing that line surge. I kind of wanted to see that 3rd down in one play to see if they run the sneak again, or if they countered with something else, because Richmond Burton could be looking for that sneak and maybe an opportunity to break something big. But here you go, the sustained drive. 6 minutes and 51 seconds left to go here in the season for one of these teams.
Second man through. Akers gets a carry. Nothing going that time. Loses yardage on the play. Loses about 4 yards on the play.
I don't know how they're going to mark his progress.
They're going to mark him at about the 32-yard line. That'll bring 3rd and 7, 3rd and 6 for the Leafs, let's call it. Inside, 6:30 left in the ball game. Geneseo's up by the score 24-20. Kroger brings the play into Atwell, the quarterback. We look to throw the ball here to loosen things up. I don't know. Everybody's going to come up and stand up and watch it, that's for sure. Here we come. 3rd and 7 for the Leafs from their own 32. Going to go counter play to Akers. Gets a few yards, gets it back to the 38 or 35-yard line, and bring up a 4th down for the Leafs.
4th and about 4, so they're going to have to kick it away. Maple Leafs, they're still a lot better position than they were when the Rockets were driving.
Right. Yep.
1st and goal down there inside the 5-yard line. So Maple Leafs dug it out of the hole. They're going to get a nice kick here, get some good punt coverage, and play defense.
Fisher on to do the punt chores for the Leafs. Did a very, very nice job all season long. for the Leafs.
They burned about 3.5 minutes off the clock on that possession.
Snapped it. Fisher.
Yep.
Kicked and rolled out of bounds. The far sideline is still on the ground, still rolling. They moved the ball down to the 34-yard line. Wasn't the prettiest kick that Fisher's ever had, but it certainly got the job done. Rolls down to the 34-yard line. Now it's time for the fellas with the defense to come out and make a stand here.
Got a lot of starting defensive unit in there. I see Reiling, Anderson, Patterson is in the middle. Yep.
Cathcart Fears.
Landon Hoon checks in at the linebacker spot. Kroger deep.
We got Snodgrass along with Kotecki.
Snodgrass in there. Kotecki's in there.
Come to your
and
feet.
Walters on the far side here. On this side.
5:15 left in the ball game. Geneseo's up by 4. Gonna try to get it outside. Oh, they had him stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Had to keep our head up when we tackle him there, but still only a short gain on the play for Richmond Burton.
It looked like Walters was going to take him down behind the line of scrimmage. He slipped away, but slowed him up enough to keep that gain down, because had he not busted that into the backfield there, it probably would have been a bigger gain.
Gain of 2, a long 2 on the play. Let's call it 3. Clock's inside 5 minutes. Richmond Burton. Reardon with the carry, number 32, still on his feet. Brought down short of the first down, moves it at the 41-yard line. They'll bring up a third and about 3 for Richmond Burton. Here with 4:30 left in this ball game. Geneseo's up by 4. Richmond Burton with all 3 of their timeouts remaining.
There's a lot of farmers around here. Got to hook that guy up to a plow. He could pull it through a field. He just has leg drive, man. It was strong legs.
Defense wants to stand here. The fans come to their feet once again. Reardon in the backfield. He stops short of the first down. He may have lost a yard on the play. It'll bring up a 4th down.
What a tough situation for Coach Elder on the far sideline. It's 4th down and 2 to go on the Richmond Burton 41.5-yard line. They're going to roll for it.
They're going to go for it.
If they don't go for it, they give it to the Leaves with 3 minutes and 40 seconds left, and they never see the football.
Up they come to the line of scrimmage. It's the game right here.
Ball game on the line.
4th and 3. Everybody in the place is on their feet yelling. Ball's fumbled in the backfield. It's no good. No good. The sweep play, the running back drops the ball and loses about 5 yards of the play. Geneseo will take over with 3:27 left in the ball game, up by 4, 24-20.
Oh my goodness. Coach,
we got to make some first downs here, though, Bob. We can't leave any time on the clock for this team. They can score at will.
RB tried to run a sweep play. The wide back took his eye off the ball and let it hit the ground. I hate to tell you this, but that play was developing, and it probably would have picked up the first down had he looked the football into his hands.
39-yard line of Richmond Burton. Geneseo with the ball. 1st and 10. Going to give the ball to Johnson up the middle. Fights for yardage. Need a couple of first down, about 2 first downs here. Clock will stay on the move here. We'll be inside 3 minutes by the time we run our next play.
And there was at least one defender that thought that Atwell kept the football because Atwell got busted in the backfield. Didn't want to take a chance on that happening again. This clock ticks down 3 minutes, and there's 3 minutes left in the season for one of these two teams. Maple Leafs up by 4, have the upper and the football.
Ball's on the 38-yard line, 37-yard line of Richmond Burton. 2nd and 9 for the Leafs. Going to go sweep play. Lemke with the carry. Falls forward. Maybe a yard in the play. The clock will continue to move. 2:41 on the clock as they start to unpile.
First priority is the run clock. First priority, get a first down, run the clock. Second priority, and I don't know if you go for a field goal or not, but you get if you increase that thing. If you get up in field goal range and you get to a 4th down, you have the opportunity to stretch that to 7.
Clock's on the move.
Run. First priority obviously is run clock. Make Richmond. What's the timeout situation, Willis?
Richmond Burton has 3. We have 1.
Richmond Burton has all their timeouts. They are not charged to use it yet. The clock ticks down on 2 minutes.
Timeout called by Geneseo as the time of the play clock ran down to 1 second, and they called a timeout from the sideline. Not all bad.
They have They have no timeouts left.
24-20, 2:05 left on the clock. Geneseo with the ball, third down. We'll call it 3rd and 8 from the Richmond-Burton 37-yard line.
Geneseo has no timeouts left, and as long as they have the football in the lead, that doesn't matter. But Richmond-Burton has all their timeouts left. 2 minutes and 5 seconds left. Have not chosen to use them yet. Looking for a stop here at 3rd and 8. Maple Leafs looking for a first down, which could possibly seal it.
Wow.
A season of work, a season of dedication, an off season of dedication, and an end season boils down to 2 minutes and 5 seconds for two teams.
Up we come right to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 8 for the Leafs. Akers goes in motion, drops back the pass. He's got Lemke, far side. Just off his fingertips at the 10-yard line. Lemke has to make a diving catch, but off the fingertips, incomplete. It'll bring up a 4th down for the Leafs. They'll go into punt formation.
Couple fingertips away from sealing the football game. Richmond-Burton is going to get the football with under 2 minutes.
Lemke could not have stretched his body any further to try to get that ball.
That was a well-thrown ball. It was a half a step. Just a half a step, and that is neat. It's such a split second, such a fine-tuned piece of work. But Leafs punted away.
Fisher with the kick. It just rolls in the end zone, just barely. Nice kick by Fisher. That's good. No return the ball. Brings it out to the 20-yard line. 1:51 left in this ball game. Geneseo's up by the score of 24-20. I can't sit down anymore, Bob. I got to stand up. Sorry.
It's a good thing we're not in the sky lift, because it'd be rocking and rolling right now. A minute and 51 seconds left to go here in this ball game. Richmond-Burton down by 4, has the football, 80 yards to go. A field goal will do them no good. They have to get in the end zone 80 yards away. Maple Leafs have to stop them.
We got to look for anything here. Defense, you brought us this far. Let's take a little bit further. Another minute and 51 seconds. Geneseo's fans are on their feet. 1st and 10 for RB from their own 20-yard line. Reardon with the carry. Number 32 breaks free. He's over the 30. Down to the 40, still on his feet. One guy to beat, gets knocked him out of bounds at the 50.
And all of a sudden the other side gets excited. It's going to be at the 49.5-yard line. That didn't take very long to pick up 30.
Our guys, chain gang goes to set themselves.
Maple Leafs have definitely won the second half. On the scoreboard, they've won it 10-0.
Johnson checks in for Snodgrass.
At the line of scrimmage, the Maple Leafs have definitely won the second half. They need to sustain that for a minute and 42 seconds. Dig down inside and find out what's there, guys. You got to dig.
Geneseo's up by 4. Fears with the tackle. About 2-yard gain to play. That'll keep the clock moving. 134, 133, 132. RB goes right to the line of scrimmage. Wide receiver comes out wide this near side.
Do the Leafs have one more big play in them? One more big play.
Gonna try to get around the corner. Stops short of the first down. Inside the 45, down to about the 42-yard line.
Clock ticks down, a minute and 12, minute and 11.
RB will keep their timeout in their pocket. Wide receiver wide to the right side. Lemke in the coverage over there. No flag on the play. Incomplete. Nice play that time by Lemke as he knocks the ball down. It'll bring a 4th down for... It'll be third down, isn't it? 56 seconds left in the clock. It is 4th down. Okay, 4th down.
It's 4th down. This is the game. This is the season.
This is it right here.
This is the season for one team. The other one goes on.
4th and 2.
I personally can't. I'm shocked at that last play.
Yeah. Ball's on the 43-yard line. They need to get to about the 41-yard line for the first down. Timeout. Richmond-Burton.
The way they've been running the football, I cannot believe they threw that pass, but they got one more opportunity here. It's less. That's a good 2 yards. It's a full 2 yards to go on 4th down. They've gone for 4th down a couple of occasions this game and have made it both times.
Ball sits on the 42, 43-yard line is where it sits. They need to get just inside the 41-yard line for the first down. There's 56 seconds left on the clock. Geneseo's on top of the score, 24-20. Richmond, Burton.
How far are we from that ambulance? My heart is feeling real funny right now. My goodness.
Yeah, I tell you what, there might be a couple other thousand people feeling that same way here in the stands.
56 seconds left to go here in the game. If Maple Leafs stop him one more play, they'll run the clock out and head to Champaign.
56 seconds left, 4th and 2.
If Richmond Burton gets the first down on this play, it goes on.
Up they come. They go in a tight formation. Everybody's up on their feet. Up the middle it goes. He was stuck hard. I don't know if he got it. I don't think he got it. I think we stopped him. We did stop him. We did stop him. We did stop him. Geneseo defense arrives again. 50 seconds left on the clock. First down, Geneseo. 24-20, Maple Leafs on top.
This is so noisy you can't hear yourself.
That's just me. Green Machine goes into victory formation. We are Green Machine. Atwell takes a knee.
RB calls timeout.
Oh, Bob. There's the defense.
They're not going to be able to stop the clock enough times here. They call timeout, but you know what? I like that. I just like that they say, you know what? We're going to make this season last as long as we can. Green Machine is going to move on. I don't think there's any possible way that they could fumble a snap, but the Green Machine is going to move on to Champaign next Friday night.
Got 46 seconds left.
7 o'clock, I believe. This was a game. It's just an unbelievable game. If you wanted to see a great football game, you needed to be here because this is a great football game. Smash mouth football.
Class 4A football.
Richmond Burton Rockets scored 20 points in the first quarter, had built a 20-14 lead at halftime. Maple Leafs come out and won the second half.
Atwell goes under center. He takes a knee. They know we're taking a victory formation, taking a knee, and they are doing smack. They're coming after us still.
You know, that's the only.
They stopped the clock. Why do they stop the clock? Oh, okay.
They called timeout.
Called timeout. Okay.
But you know, the Geneseo fans are booing, but I don't disagree with that. That's the only chance they have of getting back in the game is to try to disrupt the snap. Now, the center and the quarterback knew what happened on that last play, and they're expecting on this play. If there's going to be a fumble on the snap, it would be when they're worried about that surge. All the quarterback and the center have to do is forget about that surge, snap the football, catch it, and drop.
41 seconds left on the clock.
Geneseo fans booing that, but frankly,
Geneseo,
you don't want to just die. You want to give it every last shot you got. Maple Leafs are going to take a knee here with 41 seconds left on 3rd and whatever. It doesn't matter how far. The distance doesn't matter.
They jumped off sides.
Yeah.
Richmond Burton jumped off sides. Again, nothing hurting there for them.
But even that doesn't matter.
Right.
To anybody, because all they're trying to do is intimidate the center to get him to make a bad snap. Maple Leafs have to overcome that, make sure that they don't think about getting hit.
Right.
Just snap the football, take your lumps, win the ball game.
So it moves the ball out to this 45-yard line. Still 41 seconds left on the clock. Our Richmond Burton called their final timeout. Geneseo is in the 3rd down formation. They go up. Now he's going to run around a little bit, eat some clock. Now he goes down. Nice job.
Okay, there you go.
Now the clock continues to move. It'll take them that much longer to get the ball marked.
They are not going to be able to set the bit. They do not have to take another snap. They do not have to take another snap.
Yes! The Green Machine will move on to the state championship next Friday night in Champaign Memorial Field. The Geneseo Maple Leafs count it down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We are the Green Machine. Just listen. If there was a will, there was a way for these boys.
You know, this is a team that makes their breaks. They've won a lot. You know, they've had some breaks, no doubt about it. But
yes.
You know that because that's a funny football. It bounces funny. Here they go.
There goes the bell.
First players are getting through the line, going to work their way over the bell. But this team gets a lot of breaks because they play hard, they work hard, and they make some breaks.
They play the right way.
It's an outstanding football team. They're going to get to go play for a state championship. Geneseo's been there 8 times.
Kotecki leads them to the bell.
Oh, Richmond Burton walks off the field. Great season, and that's outstanding football team they've got. Walked off. You know, it was going to be a bad day for one of these teams, but a well-played game, an outstanding game, well played by both teams.
We're going to give some offensive stats now to you, but I tell you what, the defense is what we need to talk about. Reardon for Richmond Burton, 132 yards today. O'Kane, 169 yards. Russell, 67 yards for a total of 384 yards total on the ground. They completed 1 pass for 10 yards. Geneseo side of the ball. Atwell, 8 carries for 103 yards. Akers, 10 carries for 74. Johnson, 14 carries for 62. Limke, 8 carries for 20. No completions. Total offense, 259 for the Leafs on the day. Geneseo 11 first downs, Richmond Burton 19. Geneseo 259 yards rushing. Richmond Burton 384. And then what was that?
I didn't hear it. They announced the score of the Metamora game. Okay, we'll get it back to you quick.
All right. Rushing the ball, Geneseo 259 yards. Richmond Burton 384 yards rushing. Total yards on the day, Geneseo the 259 to Richmond Burton 394. Fumbles, Geneseo 1 fumble but recovered it. Richmond Burton 6 fumbles today, 4 recovered by the defense. Penalties, 4 penalties for Geneseo for 17 yards. Richmond Burton 3 penalties for 25. Time possession, Geneseo 21 minutes, Richmond Burton 26. The score at the end of the third quarter, for anybody that's listing, Metamora 40, Rochester 34 in the third quarter.
Defensive struggle over there too.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Geneseo, go back to talk about the defense.
You know what? We gotta put these guys out there again. You can talk about all the yardage and all the things you want, but you know the defense came out there. Richmond Burton had 20 points at halftime. They did not score in the second half. Oh. And I tell you what, those guys in the line that just don't get their name calling off. But you know, so many guys mixed in there. You know, defensively, you got Hunter Fears, Alex Anderson, who's come on.
Yes.
These last couple weeks. Ryan Patterson, Cole Riley, Wes Cathcart. You know, guys that jumped in there. Cothran stepped in, Anthony Rome stepped in at times. You know, in the line. We look at these guys. Look at the guys ringing the bell.
Going for the prayer.
What an awesome sight. You know, the linebackers, Snodgrass, Kotecki, Lemke, all those guys. Kroger in the backfield, Akers, Walters, all the guys back there. Johnson. Those guys that played defense. They played with heart. They dominated the game here in the second half. You know, you just come to expect it here.
Yes.
With this team. This whole season has been full of it, and you come to expect them coming out of that locker room. Give credit to the coaching staff for the adjustments they make, but the players play with heart, and they just play outstanding football in the second half. They did what they had to do offensively. They came out, scored right away, got the ball back, put a 3 on the board, and then held them the rest of the way.
What a ball game this was. What a season this has been to this point. With as you said, Bob, the kids find a way to win every game, and they make it happen. They make it happen out there, and kudos to every one of them, and God bless every one of them. And as we say that, we need to keep Hannah West in our prayers still. She still recovers from her illnesses there, and certainly hope she's listening today. And we kept her under control. That didn't get too excited for her and her recovery. So.
I think they've been getting a good job of getting to these films, and I hope she really enjoys this one. Probably wishes she could be a bigger part, but she's got to really know that everybody's behind her, and these people know she's behind them.
So that's okay. We're gonna stay in the air a little longer here. As boy, the field is just full down at the north end of the field with the student body and the team and also reporters and this type of thing as Richmond Burton makes their way off the field.
Hey, John, Keith here. Just wanted to step in quick. New ground for us since 1994. Yes. We've never missed a game, but we're going to miss one next Friday night, but that's okay as we head off to state. We'll all be here on WGRG. We'll have the game for you on the radio. We'll have some pregame and then extensive postgame coverage. On the TV side of things, though, we're shut off. But we'll be getting some highlights from the game and this and that. The game will be on TV, though. If you have cable, I think it's on Channel 3 on Mediacom. They'll be carrying the IHSA playoff games. So on TV, just a different channel. We'll be down there. Plan on doing a lot with radio, and then we'll be getting some TV highlights here and there and put something together after the game is over. But way to go, Geneseo! Wow, it's just congratulations from all of us.
That same thing for me. It's just it'll ring in my head those third downs there towards that fourth quarter. As we went down and we're on defense down the stretch, and we're to Richmond Burton's in the third and short, a third and long, and the way the fans just came and just pushed the boys harder and harder just to stop the first down. We stood several of them there late in that fourth quarter. Even
in a victory, it's an emotional moment for a lot of those players down there. There's a lot of seniors who will never play on this football field again, and they're out there savoring that. It's the last time they ring the bell. It's the last time they actually, get to walk on this turf in their uniform, and they're out there savoring that moment. Just a lot of. I don't know if they even realize sometimes, what it is, but hopefully their parents are telling them and the people are telling them, hey, just savor this moment because you'll remember this for a long, long time.
Yep, and
it's always good when it happens in a victory, though. It happens one way or another to everybody that comes through the system, but it's really good when it happens in a victory. Your last game is a victory on your home field.
We've been to this territory a few times, and all these boys play for those teams in the past that didn't get the opportunity to move on to the state championship. Our most previous team is when we 04 against Morris in the semifinal game, and I still remember that Glenwood Chatham game in '98 down in the that was the overtime game, I believe, down at the north end zone there in overtime, and then of course our 1999 game against Joliet Catholic up at Joliet Catholic, and certainly those teams did not have the opportunity to get past this semifinal game, and certainly maybe. The 09 team can take it home and bring the trophy home for all of us. That's pretty much going to wrap it up.
Keith, let me get this straight now. Next week, they have the option of listening on the radio on 100.5. They have the option of listening on Channel 50. They can listen through Channel 50 on your TV if you like, or on the internet. Is that correct? So you have 3 options to pick up this broadcast next week. We just won't have the replay in normal fashion. We will have some sort of highlight tape put together. The IHSA has basically dictated that we're not going to get filming rights. We're way too big. We're way too big for them. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that they knew they have lots of opportunities to listen to us, pick us up next week.
Well, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for us here on this semi-final victory here today. As the Geneseo Maple Leafs, our green machine comes through once again, and they're going to take us all the way to Champaign next Friday night at 7 o'clock, where we will play for the state championship of Class 4A. I am John Rowley, along with Bob Pettit. Thanks for all the help with us in the school to get the broadcast on the air for us. Willis Andel, John Buzzard, Keith Kennett. doing all the filming here, and you got a nice shot right now with the fans down by the Victory Bell. Once again, thanks a lot, Bob, for being beside me here. I am John Rowley. Thanks for listening. Green Machine 24. Richmond Burton 20. Maple Leafs move on to the state championship, Class 4A, next Friday. Talk to you then. Goodbye.